Are we live yet? I don't even know I can't even tell if
we're live. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, sweet. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Scarf Bergara War. With me, Russ Johnson, another week at County, another week of talking about County. We're going to get straight into it. I'm joined by Andy, as always. It is as always now, these days on a Wednesday, isn't it? Happy days.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we've got a bit of a road going on, so there might be the odd week or two where we take an absent, but it's between the three of us. It's going to be not you, Jimmy, the other three, the third,
yeah,
the one that's on an oil rig somewhere, that third. So, yeah.
And delighted to be joined by our sponsor, Overpass owner, founder. It's Jimmy. No fungus questions for you, Jimmy, because you've been on before.
Yeah, I've already had an answer. No, evening, chaps.
Hi, mate. You're right.
Good evening. Yeah, so we've got loads to get through tonight. We have got Battering Bolton again, that new third green kit, EP developments, fan membership schemes and U-turns. We've got a hardest done by report. Sport Bible brought out a report about the hardest done by clubs over the last 5 years. So we're going to take a quick look at that. And then we got, of course, random shit of the week. So, let's get into it. And then, let's run titles. There we go. Before we even start, how's your week's been, boys? Been all right?
Yeah, all right, yeah. Was there something wrong with the sound on that then? Because no sound came through on my side.
Did it not? It came through on mine. Jimmy, did it come through on yours?
Fair enough. Anyway, we don't, as you keep saying, we don't need a production meeting. So
anyway, slip into a production meeting, don't we?
I know, but you always ask me how I am, and that's just the niggling thing that I'm thinking of right there and then. So, all good, mate. Apart from the weather, it's just like I feel like that's all I seem to talk about these days is the weather and work. But yeah, all good. Sunday was brilliant. Loved it.
Well, let's get into that then. I mean, Sunday, what? Bolton getting battered again. I make that 8-0 on aggregate, if we're calling it aggregate, over the past 3 games. Happy days. It wasn't I wouldn't say best of performances, but it wasn't. They were arguably better than us, weren't they? Definitely in the first half. I mean, what did you, Jimmy? Come to you first because we were all there. We all saw each other before the game. Had a pint. Jimmy, come to you first. What's your take on Sunday?
Pretty much what you said. To be fair, I thought they were. Got a mate who's a Bolton fan, so it's always interesting because he goes a bit funny sometimes about stuff. And I used to get a lot of voice notes last season about Ian Evatt. Couldn't really care less about him really, but it was more about Ian Evatt. But I think they've clearly got better than last season. They were a hell of a lot better than they were at Edgeley Park last season. And to be fair, when we saw them we'll call it the Reebok because it'll always be the Reebok. They were a lot better than they were when Tanto danced through them. Sort of, was it April time? So definitely got better, but I thought in the first half they would have better the side. I'd have been a bit gutted of a Bolton fan to certainly go in level, let alone one down. I think I'm a bit concerned we've used a lot of our luck up in the first game, but we'll sort of have to see. But I think, better side, second half, listen to Charlie's interview, second half, it sounds like he was bang on really, clocked a few bits. He wasn't happy they were getting down the sides of us, tweaked a couple of bits, got dodged from playing a bit higher up. And he did the job perfectly. Really, can't really knock the second half. I think we've got so much more to come though. So it's quite worrying really to see where we're going to go from here. In a good way.
Yeah, I'm not sure I agree with the whole. Right, I go. Let's just go back before I put myself in a hole here. The first 30 minutes, yes, we were a little bit under the pressure, but they didn't really have, apart from hitting the post once in the first half, they didn't really have any clear cut, apart from the save that I made. But I don't know, I never felt, even in that 30 minutes, I never felt, oh my word, this is going to be a cricket score. Yes, they did press forward well, but I thought we settled into it pretty reasonably well after like 25 minutes or so. And from there, I agree with what the preview chats were saying. Second half, it just went on. It was just all us, basically, wasn't it? They had a few flash chances, but I just thought, and I tell you what, I know I don't know how much we're going to dig deep into the actual game itself, because obviously it was covered a lot on the previous show, but I remember making a statement on the one we all did together in the County Arms, and I said something like, all the Barnsley fans moaning that, or praising that we're taking all their not so better players, and I remember saying, but in fairness, he was playing for Barnsley. Yeah, do you remember me saying?
Yeah, I remember you saying it. Yeah.
And you were like, "Ooh," I'm like, "Yeah, but let's not beat around the bush here, right?" And I've got to say, I was right, because O'Keefe pretty much looked like he'd been playing for our club for about 10 years. He was brilliant. And everyone's gone on about who was man of the match and who they thought. And even though I probably edged it, there was quite a few players on there. And even as a keeper, being a keeper myself, I don't like it when I think we've generally played okay. We've got the win. It wasn't pretty in all parts of the game. But when keepers get man of the match, because then that looks like Bolton have absolutely turned us over. Does that make sense? But then he has done enough. So.
Yeah. I honestly thought, and we'll go into bits and bats about the game, but I honestly thought giving the keeper man of the match almost gives them a get out of jail free card, because I don't think Corey Adai was man of the match. He had a good game, he had a great game. Don't get me wrong. I thought Norwood was ahead of him and maybe Moxon, but by giving him the man of the match, it gives them an excuse to say, well, your keeper got man of the match, so we're clear. We must be better than you. We must have had the better of the game, and I don't quite agree with that. First half, I thought they were great.
Who was it
NK? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Is there any politics there? Because there's been some politics.
Possibly. I don't know. Politics are a lot of beer. I mind you, it was a 12 o'clock kickoff on it, so I don't know. Normally, you get some when it's a 3 o'clock kickoff and they've been on the ale all the time, all day. You get some right weird ones, don't you?
It was good. Corey had a good game. Absolutely had a good game. But I remember coming home and sort of saying, I think there was probably 2 or 3 that I could have picked ahead of him. Moxon, Norwood, Dodgson, probably for me were better. And like you said, it just sort of then gives Bolton a bit more credence there that they battered us. And Andy's on the money, really. I thought they were the better side, but whether or not they did enough in those 30 minutes to be sort of head and shoulders better, I don't think they were, but they were certainly better than we were. And then they looked more lively, more dangerous. I can't remember, was it the winger? I can't remember if it was a winger on Dodgson's side or winger on O'Keefe's side, but he caused him some problems. I think it was Dodgson's side, because
he was.
It was.
We switched. I think we went to a back 3, brought Dodgson in a bit more narrow, and he was hugging the touchline, sort of like Cuenca used to do at Barcelona, which then meant Dodgson had to go out there. Blind. Dodgson had to go out there. Does that randomly. It's great in the middle of the night when that pops up. It wakes you up. So I think it caused me a few issues, but Charlie was pretty good to correct it quickly, and so it was, it's quite a long-winded thing to say there.
For the audio listeners, that little bit that you said there, Jimmy, that could have read into any kind of context.
But I've got loft blinds, so it catches the wind sometimes and then flings up. So still, you can hear it like 2 floors down in the house. It's terrifying sometimes, especially in the middle of the night.
There's 2 comments there, and as much as I like I get the humour from John Lindley's, but it goes back to the other comment I saw from John Billsbury, that you need to finish your chances. So at the end of the day, Bolton didn't finish the chances, and after 30 minutes, that was their kind of like little moment or first period. So I don't agree that we should have been battered in that first 30 minutes. They didn't really threaten us enough for me to go, we need to But again, it's the first game of the season, and both teams have invested in new players, and both teams are going to be nervous. And sometimes, when I've read some of the social media comments, I've come away and I'm like, I don't really know what people are expecting after the first game of the season. It's not. No championship or league has been won off the first game of the season, has it?
No, all lost.
Or lost, yeah. Or lost.
Yeah. Anthony Nixon makes a good point here, and I agree with this as well. If this game was last year, it would have been Wickham at home, or the year before Barrow first day. We'll look back at this, and it was a really good win. One of those that makes a difference, I guess, at the end of the season. I was saying to my lad that if this game, and I know it's not, but if this game was, say, March or April, and we'd got past a good Bolton team, because there's no doubt about it, Bolton were a good team. There's no doubt about that.
I agree with that, and I'm not taking anything away from Bolton at all. So you are right.
No.
Yeah.
So if we do that performance against a good Bolton team in March or April, that's probably seen in the light of, well, that's what good teams do. That's what good teams that win promotion do. They beat teams like that. Yeah, they got a bit of luck with hitting the post and what have you, and an offside hitting the post chance as well. But ultimately, we beat them 2-0, and I think overall we deserved it because we were more clinical. And that goes back into Charlie's pre-season comment when they all came back and said, "I want more XG." Well, you've got it there straight away, haven't you? You've got more XG, good chances, and you've scored them. So, yeah, really, really, really good.
I came out on Sunday and so I had a conversation with a couple of fans and stuff. I said, every year there's a Wrexham. There's a side that sort of gets there in the top two who is pretty much bang average, but is clinical. Defend well, clinical when they get the chances. Not particularly pretty to watch, not particularly entertaining to watch. A bit turgid at times. Who's going to be the Wrexham this year? And I think if you said to any county fan now, listen, we're going to get 45 more games of, we're not going to be great. We're going to be good in moments, passing moments, but we're going to finish first or second. Snapping your hand off. We'd love to get to the Championship playing beautiful football, but we have to be realistic here and say it's a results business. And I think Charlie said a few times it is about results, and guy gets them. And this is where we are with all these teams around us wishing they had Charlie because he gets results.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Man of the match then, who was I'm just interested to know who your man of the match was. Gazendo's wrong comment. Camps was man of the match for him. Who was your man of the match?
I think it's a toss-up between Norwood and O'Keefe. I thought Dodgson and Moxon, again, were brilliant, but I just think more probably a little bit of sentiment in the O'Keefe as well, though, just because of the sort of a stick that he got from the Barnsley fans, really saying, and I know it's the first game, we but off that first performance, if the rest of the season after that first performance is going to be what O'Keefe's got to offer, I'm all for it. So for me, on that basis, O'Keefe nods it for me.
Fair dues, yeah. Jimmy?
I'm a massive Ollie Norwood fan. I have been since sort of a couple of months into his career when he settled down, and he's clearly three or four levels above some of the players on the pitch at times. He was really good. Moxon's grown into a county shirt, which is what we really want to see. But for me, it was Dodgson. I like Torre, don't get me wrong, but Dodgson just appears to be every single bit in every department an upgrade. It's quicker, stronger, his crossing's better. I mean, when you watch the first goal back, that ball pinged out to Torre last season. Does Torre have the presence of mind to knock it down the line to Diamond first time on the volley? Don't think he does. So it's little things like that and speed of thought. And I think for me, he's going to be one hell of a player for County. Yeah.
And he almost got done a couple of times, didn't he, from that really direct ball from the keeper, because he was pinging some with almost like with the outside of his right foot, wasn't he, down to the right winger, and he was dealing with that pretty well. Yeah, my man of the match was Norwood. Again, I totally agree with both what you just said. He's just immense. I think he's becoming. Is he becoming the best midfielder we've ever had at the club, or is he the best midfielder we've ever had at the club?
Take us to a championship and we'll talk.
We'll talk. We'll discuss. Yeah. Let me
I know Chris Marsden watches. I know Chris Marsden watches it, so I'm going to go.
Well, yeah, but Chris Marsden played in the Prem, didn't he? He sort of went from county and went up to the Prem. Norwood's played in the Prem and come down to us. I think there's level standards.
Yeah, on that basis, I'd say yes. He is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I tell you what, I agree with Jimmy. Let's stick a pin in it, and then let's discuss it later on in the season if we're getting up, or pre-season if we're in the championship.
Sorry, what's that word? If.
Oh, why are you doing that now?
I know. Yeah, he's gonna start glitching now. Other man of the matches, Chris Crowther says Moxon or Wootton. Pie says Pete Cormack. Andy says Moxon easily because he was everywhere. Camp's a close second. I mean, this is so good, though, isn't it? That we've first game of the season, we've got loads to choose from when it comes to man of the matches. John Lindley says Moxon. Dunko says Wootton. Vic Legg says Wootton. And then Dunko comes back in and says their number 9 was a menace. Dodgson did well to keep him out for the most part. And yeah, just referring back to those those balls, they played the diag loads of times, even blind sometimes. It was definitely their game plan to target Dodgson, and I thought he was really, really good.
What I liked about Dodgson, right. I think he got done on one of them, but then adapted really, really quickly, knew where he needed to be, and the lad didn't get past him again. And that's players are going to get past you sometimes. It's what you then do to counter it. And I thought it was really spot on in the way he positioned himself after that.
Yeah, I agree. And also not little mentions, but Diamond seems to have gone under the radar. Again, he's just carried on from the back end of last season. And also I met him after the game. I went through to the main stand where the preview boys were recording their show, and I was chatting to Bailey afterwards. If that's what Bailey's got to offer for the rest of the season, then I will be eating humble pie. Because I love Bailey, but I said in one of our other shows that I can see him being loaned out. But if he's going to put on a performance like that for 30 minutes again, wow,
yeah,
totally changed the game in the second half as well.
Yeah,
up the game.
Yeah, up the game. Yeah. So much to look forward to, though, isn't it? Because if you think about the players that we've got to come back as well, and Dodgson and the others, I've got a list somewhere, but Dodgson and the other players, they've only just joined the club, really, haven't they? So they've still got to get used to the group and all that kind of stuff. So, in theory, it should only get better anyway, shouldn't it? And then with all the players to come back, and there's rumours of two more coming in, possibly 3, probably 2, I would think.
I think it's 2. It's a 2.
He's being sucked into the rumour train, isn't he? Hey, Russ.
Well, Kelly's pretty much confirmed it. Pretty much confirmed who they are as well. So that'll be interesting. I think the 3rd, we'd all like to see a certain good-looking chap from Norwich come in as well. But
I can't see it. I
think that's January. Wrong. Game time, January. If we've got a couple of injuries, I can see him coming in. I think Mingy might go out on loan, and then you'd like to think that we'd go and get one in off the back of that.
Yeah. No, it's looking exciting, isn't it? It's looking really exciting. What we've got to come. Good stuff. Anything more about the Bolton game? Here's one from our blogger, John Millsbury. How tall is low? That's one in the eye for nominative determinism. I have no idea what that is. Nominative determinism. Anybody want to have a hazard a guess? Come back and tell us what that is, John. I've heard it mentioned before on this show, but I didn't quite click what it was. I think it's because we all thought he was a small, diminutive, maybe striker, fox in the box. Turns up, and he turns up 6'4", curtains haircut with blonde highlights. I wasn't expecting that, I must admit.
Yeah, I don't know if you two are yellow board readers, but there's a couple of people on yellow board sort of having a bit of a pop after the game, which I found was quite incredible, really. He looks slow. He doesn't look that good. I'm thinking he's played 20 minutes for us. It's just... Who's 20 minutes. There's a couple of posters I saw after the game. I can't go into it now, but...
About who, sorry?
Nathan Lowe saying he's at it, or he looks quite slow. He didn't look like... I think he lost the ball, and I think a couple of people were a bit myth that he didn't then put his head down and go and win it back. He sort of lost the ball and then watched someone walk past him with it. But again, he'd only joined the club, middle of last week. So you've got to give time to Shelley to get into him there and sort of say, listen, you lose the ball, you tear our ass around and go and get it back. So, but
there was a point. There was a particular point where he could. It felt like he could have done a burst of pace, but he didn't. He didn't do it. And even my lad Dan said, "Well, he's not a sprinter, is he?" And I'm like, "Well, give him time. He might be. You don't know because he's lost that race, but he might be a completely different player. He looks like he's an all-rounder to me, a bit more like an Anderson who was unfit, wasn't he, for Sunday, as opposed to dropped.
Yeah.
Did he clock his birthday Sunday as well?
Was it?
Yeah, he clocked something on his Instagram. Someone told me, and about a birthday cake in, I think, Vita Towers. So
right.
If you don't work on his birthday, if you're one of them.
Yeah, day off for your birthday. Yeah. Can handle that. Happy days. So the new green kit then, that was launched today as we record on Wednesday, the 6th of August. We'll talk about the membership and the early release of it in a minute, but green kit, I definitely got Werder Bremen and Austria Vienna 1990s vibes from that one. What about you lads? Like it? Loathe it?
I absolutely love it, but I'm going to quote Steve Bartley, who's on the other show, and it's just a kit. Who cares? Seriously, the amount of moaning I've heard about it, it's just unreal, right? I bet they didn't have this problem back in the 1930s when they released a standard red or yellow blue kit, did they? Or green kit. Like, it's not as good as last year. Well, it's exactly the same. You know, what's the main reason for a kit? So we can see which player is which side. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a nice kit, but who cares? I don't care. I really don't care if it's a. Is that fair to say? You know, I've said it before. You could play in bin bags. I don't care.
I mean, that's one way.
Like it, but I do like it.
Jimmy, what about you? Are you a kit fancier?
Yes and no. Personally, don't like it, but then again, Andy's just kind of gone, yeah, whatever. So I'm not a lot to say about that. It reminds me of the wrapping of a mint Viscount, but that's I don't know. It's not for me. I'm not a big green fan anyway, so it's one of them. If they knock them out for a tenner, I might pick one up end of the season, but I'm certainly not putting 50 quid on it. I've got the home. I'm not a massive fan of the home kit, which I think might disappoint a few. I think I can't get over that badge Puma logo. It just doesn't look right. I like the away one, although some people saying it's a West Brom tribute. Not really. Not for me. There's issues with it, which we've already been spoken about. But yeah, it's not for me, the green one. But who knows? If we're going like undefeated every time we wear it, we win, and we win comfortably in it, then I might have to go and buy one, and then we'll lose every week time we play it. So, who knows?
Yeah, fair. I do love a good new kit. I really like the green one, I must admit. I don't think we've had a green one since the 90s, or some green on it. I might be wrong there, since the 90s, but I do like it, yeah. But I bought the away one, as you can see behind me for the audio listeners. It's in the background there. I really like that. But the only thing that annoys me about this whole thing is they're just template kits, aren't they? Every club. The Palmeiras home kit is the same as our third for Puma. I do like them. Don't get me wrong. What I'm going to have to do, I'm gutted this third one's come out now because it's green and I like it, because I'm going to have to sort of justify buying it, and then for me it's double because I've got to buy my lad one as well. But I often think, why, these Puma kits, they're just template kits. They're a bit bog standard. Why can't we go with a firm that maybe a more local that would do us something a bit better? And like Umbro are just around the corner, aren't they? When you think is it Wilmslow or Old Edge, or what I say?
Is it not our last year of Puma this year? Unless I've just been given a mad rumour.
I don't know.
We got them in 2020, didn't we? So this would, for me, be 5 years now. So I don't know if it's a 5-year contract, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Can I just state my defence on the whole? I don't care. It's just my personal opinion. I can see the comments coming through. And I get why the revenue and people love it and people like it. That's fine. Me personally, it's more referring to the social media comments, the moaning side of it about it's loads of it anyway. So, but I'm not on the fence. I genuinely just don't care, but I can see why people do. And I can see, going back to your argument about it's just a template kit. I think I read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, this week, that it's cheaper or we make more money as a club or something because it's from a template kit kind of thing to then patch it out rather than pay more for the kit. And so for me, I am all for, if the club are making more money by going with a company that supplies these kits that are just slightly changed for different clubs, then that's a better option because more money, more better players, etc.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I get all that.
Sorry, chaps.
No, go on, Jim.
I've done kits in the past for like Sunday sides I've either managed or played for or whatever. And Andy's right there. If you're buying one that's been mass produced in a colour that sort of loosely fits your club's colour scheme, it works. It's cheaper. If you go and get something bespoke made, we had a bespoke kit made a few years ago, and they were charging like ridiculous amounts of money for a really cheap shit Chinese kit, but because it had like the club badge, do you remember like the 90s green one that had the county crest all the way through it, all through that? It was like a mint green, a bit darker mint green, pine green.
Yeah.
What year it was, but for a kit like that, it costs a fortune for the way they do it. If you buying off the sort of like peg template one in a loose colour that fits you, it's much cheaper. So yeah, that's probably make more money. And yeah, ultimately, let's make sure that what we sell is what we've bought. We don't overbuy and we don't end up shipping out to Stockport Sports, what they call it.
Yeah. That's a good point. Interestingly, just as a side sort of story, I was at my daughter's school end of year presentation a few weeks ago, and they always get a guest speaker on. It's been Steve Bellis in the past. It was Ken Knott this time. And in his little speech, he was talking about how we've grown as a club, and he was promoting the football education side of things. Obviously kids leaving school, that kind of thing. But he said, before Mark Stock came in, we were shipping about 3,000 shirts a year. That's now up to 20,000 a year. And I was like, you could audibly hear people going, what? And there was a bit of a chunner. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize we were shipping that many.
That's
unbelievable.
But you see it now. You walking around Stockport, and you see county kits everywhere. Whereas in the past, it would have been United, City, the odd county shirt. But you'd actually, one thing I think is get them into the shops. Like the big sports shops and stuff, because you still see the main two. Well, not the main two. Those little two teams everywhere, don't you?
Yeah, but that was brought up at the fans forum, wasn't it? And I think Simon Wilson said they are in talks with some local ones, but to do it wider, it's just not cost effective. You lose that much on them. It's just not cost effective, but maybe get something locally. One thing I was going to mention, and County 1883 has already commented, I was going to mention this anyway. The club were offering, I don't know how many people know this, club were offering free personalisation for the shirt of his lad for the third, as they'd bought the home and away already. So if you'd bought the home and away already, you were getting free personalisation on the third shirt. Oh, that's a nice touch. And I think £2 for every shirt goes to charity as well, doesn't it? Is it Kits for County or something?
I like that chap. I feel like he's my new best friend at the moment, County 1883. Lovely bloke.
Good stuff. Before we move on, Jimmy, just tell us a bit about Overpass, because you are our sponsors for this season. Quality clothing. We've got a T-shirt each, and it really is really good quality. Do you want to tell us a bit about how it came about and what your sort of aims are?
Yeah, really random. People come up to me and said, this is a bit left field. Where's this come from? And sort of born really from, obviously, the logo. If you can clock the logo, it's clear the Viaduct, but I couldn't call it Viaduct clothing because, let's face it, Viaduct is saturated for everything Stockport. The triangle sort of idea behind that was one, we've got a big blue pyramid in Stockport, so it fit together quite nicely. And there was 3 of us involved when we started this off, so 3 points. So the idea behind it was I wanted to do something that was something for me and for blokes and people in general, really. And the fact that when it started, me and the other 2 lads at some point in our lives we've struggled with mental health. I'm not going to go into too deeply with one of the lads, but his story when he decides to tell it is pretty compelling. He is now an ex-police officer, and he has been retired through the job because of things he was subjected to and things that he saw, horrors that you can't really get your head around. We've had numerous conversations about it, and fair play to the guy. You know, for what he's been through is just unbelievable. The fact he's still here, and big love to him for that. I brought him in because I looked at it and I thought I wanted something as well, because let's face it, blokes, we're pretty shit. We're shit at talking. We don't talk about feelings. And I know I've had a bit of a brief chat with Dave Thompson. I don't know if Dave Thompson's a watcher. I want to try and do something with Mentel as well down the line. But sort of, we're really crap at talking to each other. And I brought him in there to sort of give him some focus, because to walk away from something he's done for 20 odd years, he's then left with a big void and a big time and things to fill, at which point you're left with time to fill. You end up having dark thoughts and things like that. So I was really keen on making sure I did whatever I could do to keep him going, really. So I end up speaking to him now daily. We spoke quite a bit, but we now speak daily, and it's really good because he chucks some ideas my way, I throw some ideas his way. We talk shit for a bit. We went for a beer yesterday, official business meeting. It's always good to do that. So yeah, that's the idea, really. And we're looking at putting good quality stuff out for affordable prices. I look at some of the brands in flannels and you're thinking you're charging 160 quid for a hoodie. It's shit. We've managed to source companies in Portugal that produce the same stuff like Represent. It's the same base hoodie. So what you'll start seeing come the winter months is the hoodies and the jackets that we're putting out are the same quality as they're up there with your Represent, some sort of like CP, Stone Islands, things like that. We've managed to get some really good contacts going. So yeah, watch this space. Want to try and get it out there. I do the county t-shirts, which the same colour blue as the ones that you've got, the scarf my father wore. So shameless plug. I'm doing them at cost price at 25 quid. So give us a follow if you're interested. If you message the page directly, it will come through to me or Chris, not Cam. As you said, Cam. Cam's probably our biggest customer. Bless him. Love Cam to bits. So he's one of our biggest customers, yeah, but he's not part of it as such. I think he'd like to be, because he can get himself some further decent price clobber. So that's who we are. We're probably going to put a video out at some point, sort of, so people can put a face to who we are. So this is the first time really I've put my face behind it. People that know me know about it. Support's been unreal, really. It's just something I'm really proud to have, and I'm a county fan. I've been a county fan all my life, so it's something as well. If I can get something out there with county fans, Hatters 1883, I'm looking at putting a t-shirt out. You chaps had a bit of a sneak of that, which got some attention on Sunday. So yeah, there's loads of stuff as well. I'm trying to nag the club as well to get me to put my stuff in the club shop as well, which I think will further increase it. But yeah, it's 3 Stockport lads in essence involved. The third lad, Ben Taylor, who we all know, Benji, he's involved in it in terms of social media side. So there's 3 of us involved in it, and I've took up far too much time there when I'm saying that. But yeah, proud to have it, proud to sponsor you guys, and yeah, let's see what happens. I don't want to be an overnight millionaire. It'd be lovely, but ultimately, I've done this to get me and 2 people talking and making sure we're all there for each other. And if that then starts inspiring people down the line, then you've got Andy's Man Club, you've got Boys Get Sad Too, I should say, and we're not jumping all over saying we're another mental health for men sort of thing. We're not. There's just elements of that involved, and that's kind of the inspiration for doing it, really.
Nice one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really good.
And just on that, and I know, like, without using cliches, telling everyone how good they're made and blah blah blah. They are really nicely made. They are different from your standard t-shirt kind of thing. Saying that they're all individually sort of printed, aren't they? You don't do it like print, see what you can get rid of sort of thing. You take time in actually doing this, each one. Is that right? Or have I made that up?
Ultimately, mate, we the operation, I should say, for taxman purposes, we are legitimate as well. The operation is pretty much run out of my house, my kitchen. Everything that you've seen, everything that people see, either me wearing other people, has been printed by me. So we'll get a few jokes of it's a bit wonky that. You're always going to get that. You're always going to get the odd knobhead. But ultimately,
yeah, Ross.
Andy, that was you scarf. Bergara wore t-shirt, by the way. Yeah, so everything's done sort of in-house. We don't have any factory, anything like that. The website, I've put some, if you're on the mailing list, there's a thing went out at 7:00 tonight. I sent Andy a picture of it and he couldn't quite understand what the hell it was, even though we had the conversation on Sunday, but clearly. So there's some new items, some new products going on. So we've got some polos that are going to be going on. They're good to go. And we've got pink hoodies for the ladies and the men. So we've got a few of those to sell as well, but they're kind of a sample hoodie. They're not going to be the sort of winter hoodie we're looking at. Well, these are sort of good for summer, good for back end of summer, chilly nights, things like that. So that's where we are. Cheers, Daz. So yeah, just give us a follow. We've got a website, and that website I was actually going to put that live again during the show, but I've completely forgot to do that, so I do apologise. Website will be going live again. I will say about 7:00 tomorrow night. I'll get that back online. So if you want to have a look, don't feel any pressure. We do Klarna, Apple Pay, PayPal, and you're supporting county fans as well who are doing it. So thank you very much for the chance to sponsor and get my name out there, because it's really important and massive. Cheers, Russ. Cheers, Andy. And cheers, lads.
No worries. Cheers for doing it. Absolutely delighted to be part of it. And when you just go live, so send me the web address and I'll put into start putting into the description links and things like that. Yeah, good stuff.
Do you take cash by pitching carrier?
I've got to check your cash after that 10 you tried something for a couple of pints on Sunday. Why did the Queen have a tash? I don't understand that.
I don't know, mate. Just I have lying around. Anyway, another story.
Moving on. So fan membership schemes and U-turns. So kind of to do with the green kit, really. Email came out it came out on socials from the club. This membership scheme, and by the way, if you want to get visibility of the green kit, okay, by half an hour or something like that, members would get first view of it. That stuck in the throat with me a bit, just on principle, not the fact that yes, I am a season ticket holder. Not really that bothered about half an hour, but it's the principle that the season ticket holders don't get first look at a new kit, whereas people who've got this £35 membership or whatever it costs on the tiers just didn't sit right with me. And I know they've U-turned, but I think it's worth a quick chat, because it's not the first time that the club have U-turned on a few things based on reaction from the fans.
There shouldn't be a U-turn. There shouldn't be a U-turn. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I don't understand how the initial release of the membership how's that not been picked up already? That somebody's not thought, well, hang on a minute, what about, and I mentioned it off on our group, saying that you've got a family of four that's paid over £1,000 for 4 season tickets, because we're always comparing the 1 season ticket price to £35, but you're forgetting about the family, or where the mum or the dad has paid over £1,000 for 4 season tickets, and they don't get priority access. I was just like, it's just how is, and I don't. No part of me can say I can get why they were trying to do it to bring in more revenue, because I remember reading something again, and I definitely read this right, that when one of the pluses when you buy your season ticket is priority access to certain things. But now it's kind of like a U-turn on that because I just can't get it around my head why it was then never put on there as well. But season tickets also get this. Or do you know what I mean? I don't get it.
Yeah. Jimmy, any thoughts?
Feels like a cash grab, to be honest. I sort of understand why they've done it, but I think it should be. They should have gone right. Season ticket holders free. You get your complimentary county travel mug. Fantastic. Whatever you get that, and then you get an updated points total on your thing. Or then it's like, we're going to charge you 10 quid extra. At which point, county fans will go, you know what, 10 quid for a coffee mug, I'll have that, no matter. And then a few other bits and some extra points as well. So you'd have to go to one of the god-awful long-distance Tuesday night Plymouth trips or whatever. But I think it just feels like a bit of a cash grab, the way it's been done. And then to sort of say, right, I know they've done the U-turn. I get why they've done it, backlash. But I also wonder, I like some of the ideas the club come up with, but do they actually consult with any fans? Do they speak to Steve Bellis before they start doing these things? Say, what do you think, Steve? Do they actually do anything like that to sort of say, you know, we're looking at planning on doing this. What do you guys think? At some points go, no, that's crap. Don't do that. It does make me wonder.
No, you're right. And there is the argument of no matter what they do, it's like the whole loyalty scheme with the points and stuff. You're never going to have a system that fits. Oh, I spoke really fast there. I thought I speeded myself up to 1.5. You're never going to have a system that pleases everybody. But they could ask a small minority, even like the comment that came up there from that chap, I've forgotten his name, about they should maybe ask the Corp supporters group and just see what because I can tell you now, if that had been put to whoever, the first question would have been, well, what about season ticket holders? It would have, wouldn't it? And it's just anyway, but all right. Whether the backtracked or not, fair play. They've come out and said, season ticket holders get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, want to bring this one up. Anthony Nixon, he's in for 1,100 quid on season tickets, and he has to shell out another 100. My initial thought when I got the email was, I can see it's a good idea, but what? I'm paying 35 quid for an extra. What was it? 50 points. And like you say, Jimmy, a travel mug. That's all I was doing as a season ticket holder was paying for that. So I straight away was like, well, I don't want to have it. But when you got families like where Anthony's talking there, 1,100 quid on season tickets, then another 100 on that. It's just it's pretty poor. And then Fendrina comes in. It's been very badly handled by the club. Frankly, new kit launches and merch should give season ticket holders 24-hour priority access. I can't disagree with that. You should be put into the same bracket as anybody that's joining a membership club for me, or even be held in a higher tier, really, because you're a season ticket holder, perhaps. Obviously, discussion there. And then the other comment that I saw doing the rounds as well was, I don't know which one of you mentioned it. I think it was you, Andy. Why not just get Steve Bellis to have a look and go, what do you think? He's like, you've got somebody there at the club that can do that. Just run it by Steve first. Yeah,
it was Jimmy that mentioned it. And,
sorry, Jim.
You know, but because he is like the middleman between this corporate world.
He's that family liaison officer almost, isn't he?
Yeah, and then he's a sort of bridge between this corporate business to fans. And so, it's one of those things that as soon as it came out, I was like, what? No, surely I'm not paying another £35. I've already forked out £460, and that's just me. There's only one of my tickets. You know, Russ, straight away, yours is closer to what? £900. It's, you know, and that's for two, and it's like another £70 or £35 you'd have to pay. Anyway, I think I need to lie down.
Yeah, so that's that then. There's loads of comments coming in. Cheers for your comments, everybody. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll move on from that, because that's been done now. I mean, they've done the U-turn, so it's kind of drawn a line of it. I guess the thing to say, the final word on it is, it's not the only U-turn they've done. It's happened, I would say, I wouldn't say half a dozen times, but it's getting towards that now, isn't it? Is it 4 times, something like that? Yeah. Next thing to discuss, or just talk about, really, which is the same as discuss. What I meant is just to say it was the EP developments, and our very own John Billsbury, no less, stood up in front of the what would you say, the council and the planning permission, and said his piece. He was given special dispensation, so he has done his piece. He said his thing. Thank you so much to John for that. I wasn't there, but I heard it was very well received, and it's gone through. So the planning has gone through to the next stage, I would say, is probably the right thing to say, that it's gone through. So yeah, all hail John Billsbury. Absolutely fantastic. So if you see John at the match, get him a soft drink. He doesn't drink, so
I'll get him a pint, but I'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
well done, John. Nice one.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So not sure what the next phase is. I'd probably have to do some reading. I think it's not sure, but it's gone through to the next stage. So absolutely fantastic on that. John says it was nerve-wracking. I bet it was, mate. But yeah, absolutely. Cheers for that. Brilliant. Then, so the next thing is, what I wanted to take everybody through is a hardest done by report. So cheers to Kevin Richardson, who I think watches. Not sure if he watches live, but he certainly watches it back. He pointed me to this report that Sport Bible had done on the hardest done to clubs in the last 5 years. I'm going to share some screens with you, and I'll sort of explain it for the audio listeners. And I want to get your opinion on this, because I think it's quite interesting. So just add this to the stage. So this is the hardest done by. Let me just get that. Just 1 second. Sort the technology out so you can see it there. So what this is, it's a football report of the hardest done by clubs based on the following criteria. So miles per point, blew a 2-goal lead, last minute heartbreak, haunted by an X, costly errors, away day misery, fewest points, big chances missed, conceded right after scoring, goalless games, soaked through, and woodwork woe. You could argue that Bolton were definitely in the woodwork woe section on Sunday, weren't they?
Last 5 years?
This is the last 5 years. I think it's from last season. Yeah. So I'm not going to go through the whole report.
We won this 15 years ago, won't we?
Well, this is Well, this is the point. Yeah, this is
down on this one.
Yeah, definitely got a gold medal. I find it quite interesting because, like you say, 15 years ago we would have been at the very, very top of a lot of these. But as we go down it, you'll see how. Do we call it lucky we are? Privileged? Or whatever word you want to call it. But if you look at this one straight away, the 92, the overall point system that they've used, I don't know if you can see that in the bottom right-hand corner. Let me just do that for you.
Is that the whole table?
That's the whole table. And we're second.
And we're 90th.
Yeah.
Oh,
so what that just basically says, out of all those metrics, we are the sort of the in the hardest done by, we're second bottom. So we're so kind of lucky, privileged, or whatever, to see what we see every week based on certain criteria.
How are Arsenal fourth bottom? Well, then again, Chesterfield have been back in the Football League for a year. Notts County 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Wrexham, in fairness, have been pretty hard. I've had a tough time.
Last 5 years.
Well, no, you've got to be in fairness. They've got a history, and they were spent probably one of the longest times in the National League.
It's just the Football League, so it's only counting when they came up from the National League, the first league in the season in League Two, probably. Maybe there's the season in League One where they've had 2 promotions on the cards, haven't they? And nothing else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So who's top? I didn't see who's top.
Top is who's the most hard done to? Southampton.
What?
Yeah, you got to remember it's based on that criteria of losing matches, all these different things of hitting the woodwork, being scored past, conceding the goal as soon as you scored one, that kind of thing. Yeah, let's go through it. You'll see. Let's go through it. So I'm not going to go through it all the time, but it breaks it up from the Premier League and the Football League as well. So if you look at the Sky Bet EFL top 10 easiest done by, obviously we're second bottom. That's what he said in the grand scheme of things, didn't it? That stands to reason. So basically it's the opposite of what you're going to see. So miles per point, we are bottom of the EFL in miles per point. That means that we won more points on the road basically than most every other club during the time frame that it's talking, which does stand to reason because we have win away, don't we? So
yeah,
we do.
That's one of the league tables that you want to be bottom of, though, isn't it?
yeah. Well, you want to be bottom of all of these. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
So, Blue a 2-goal lead. In fact, no, sorry, you don't want to be bottom of all these. Blue a 2-goal lead. We're nowhere on that because we've not many times blew a 2-goal lead compared to everybody else in the last 5 years. So
That's
again,
good.
that would stand to reason because we're on the front foot. We very rarely go 2-0 down. We very rarely go 2-0 up and then blow it, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we're on this one as well. So this is last minute heartbreak. So yeah, twice we've conceded at the latter stages. Haunted by
who's top of that one? I want to know who's top of that one.
What, last minute heartache?
Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves in the Premier League, Fleetwood in the EFL. Haunted by an X. Now this we're second bottom on this with one. So one goal has been scored by an ex-player. I'm wondering if that's Ben Whitfield.
Yeah, it's got to be on it. I can't think of anyone else. Ben Whitfield came to mind then, but I think he's the only one.
Yeah, there's probably going to be loads of comments now saying, "Oh well, this player scored and he used to play for us." But anyway, I don't know how they kind of work that.
We released him and he went to the league below, so that's not going to affect us really, and that's probably why.
Yeah, that's true.
By Charlie, that is tactical by the club.
Yeah. So this is what I mean. So gone are the days of loaning out players in the same, like Christian Dennis to the same division club, and then he scores like 15, 20 goals. You know what I mean? Costly errors.
Support. I want this. Can you send this to me?
I'll share it. Costly errors. So we all, like, there's people in the stand, like Cheadland or whatever, bemoaning the amount of errors that maybe we make. How many are costly? Well, we're bottom of the table on that in the EFL. And we'd be bottom in the Premier League table as well. Okay, different levels, but you get the point. So I think it's quite interesting. I told you we featured in it quite a lot. Away day misery.
It's not always that, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, we don't feature on it because we win away. Don't we? So happy days. Fewest points. Again, we don't feature on that because we've been successful. Big chances missed. Now, I thought we'd appear on this because we've missed a lot of big chances, but we don't. We're not as bad as other teams missing big chances, which is good.
I think last season we were poor, weren't we? But I think the seasons before we were a lot better, so it probably averages out that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, Wolves aren't getting good press in this, are they?
No. Yeah, and have a guess who's just signed one of their strikers? Club up the road. Yeah, so this one's conceded right after scoring. That again near the bottom. Goalless games, we feature on that, but not too near the bottom, which is, you can argue that a goalless game is a positive in the right circumstances. Soaked through. I don't really know. This is about how much it rains, and it doesn't cover the EFL. So yeah, ignore that one. And then woodwork woe. We don't feature on that one.
Bolton on that one.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are hardest done by Bolton 9th in the EFL.
Yeah, they'll definitely be eighth after Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's that. I'll share that. The point with all of that was that, yeah, like I said, we're pretty well. How would you frame it? We've just got a really good team and a really good club at the moment. So, like you said, Jimmy, wind back 15 years.
Yeah, I misunderstood the concept of the actual report. I'm actually absolutely buzzing from that. And what I did like about it as well, that Russ said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to share the whole thing with you." And he's literally gone down and shared the whole thing.
I got excited.
Can I just say, ladies, gentlemen, everybody watching, listening, these kind of reports is like giving Russ a BMX bike on Christmas Day. He absolutely loves stuff like this.
I do. You're not wrong. So yeah, that was good. That and there's all these little reports that come out, and you're right, Andy. I fucking love them, mate. It's really good, really good.
Russ is still waiting for that grand tour of the. Is it the police box in the new stand? Is it the police box or the controller's box?
No, control box. Yeah, the control box in the sky. Yeah. I am. I'm going to be definitely getting a tour of that when it comes out. Right. Shall we do random shit of the week?
We shall. So we don't have a jingle. We don't have a jingle or anything. But
we don't have a jingle, but let's play this and then we'll start it. Right. What have you got for us, Andy?
Right. So this is kind of like a play on Wheel of Fortune stroke Hangman. Okay. So in front of me, if you want to share to the people similar to this is what basically Jimmy and Russ have got. So it's 5 questions, whether we do 5, because obviously time-wise, then I'll read out for the audio listeners as well. First one is 2 words. First word is 10 letters. Second word is 4 letters. Okay. It's a play on both games because I'm going to ask one question to both Russ and Jimmy. They can only give me a consonant. If they get it wrong, it then moves to the next person. If they get it right, they get another letter, but they can choose between a vowel or a consonant. And then if they're brave enough, they can then have a guess at the end of it.
Right.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Are these they're obviously counter related?
I'm going Russ.
Sorry.
Hold fire. Sorry. So there's 5. So I'm not going to tell you which one's which. Okay. Oh no, I can do actually. Let's make it a little bit fair. So in this, I've got 3 current League One ground names. Okay. And I've got 2 current Stockport County players. So I'll just pick, I'll let you know which one's which to go with. So let's do the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is 2 words, top line, 10 letters, first word, 4 letters, second word. Okay. Jimmy, you're our sponsor. You go first because we want to keep you sweet. Okay. Pick your first letter.
So I've got to say a random consonant.
So just random consonant. Well, yeah, obviously that fits within. Yeah.
Right. Let's have C.
C. Ooh, that's a good answer. It's not there though.
Is that Roy
C,
Walker?
Right.
Right.
It's good, but it's not quite right.
Yeah, not correct. It's good. Keep guessing.
I'm going to go for P.
P. You're good as well. It's not there.
P's not there.
No. Jimmy. Oh, by the way, can Jimmy and Ross turn your chats over to private chat only, just in case anyone guesses it and you see?
Right, how do I do that?
Yeah.
Can you see the comments, Jimmy?
I'm on private chat. I've not had the comments up all day, so yeah.
Right. Okay,
Right,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Come on, Daz, help me out, pal. Oh, sorry, I'm not on mute.
Go on then.
Right, Jimmy.
S.
S. No.
No S. Sorry, is this a ground name or a player, by the way?
Yeah, ground name.
A ground name.
Why do you want to have a guess?
No. No. B.
Oh, I've got it.
No.
No B.
Oh, B.
No.
Oh, that's that done anyway. R.
R. Yes. R, which is the first word, third to last letter. And the first letter of the second word.
First letter of the second word. Okay, I'll have D.
D.
Oh no,
Yes.
sorry, is it yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Jimmy guessed
Yeah.
one. Yeah, sorry. I get my own rules mixed up here.
I'll
So
have
you
D.
get another
I'll
go.
have D, please.
Sorry,
I'll have D, please.
D.
Yeah.
Last letter of the second word.
Well, I know what the second word is.
Yeah, I know what the second word is as well. I'll have
Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Am I go again, Ross?
Oh yeah, sorry, you go again, don't you? Jesus. Yeah,
No. You that's it. After two goes, it then moves over to the next person.
Oh, that's fair enough. You make it up as you go along.
Okay. I'll have S. Oh, sorry, we've had S, haven't we?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll have G.
G. God, you're shit at this. No, it's not there.
Okay. I think we want to do one of these, by the way, or two, maybe, Max.
Do two, yeah. Do two.
Yeah.
I don't know. T.
T. Yes. The second to last letter on the first word. And this will mean nothing to you guys, but Liam, you are right with your thing.
Oh, come on. Liam who?
Liam Walker.
Bloody hell, Liam.
He's only got what part of it?
Oh, right.
Well, we know what the second one is. It's just trying to work out.
Yeah, how do you know he's not got the first part?
Well, there's not a lot of words I can think of in a football ground that have got R at start and D at the end.
Right, Russ, you've got another go, either consonant or vowel.
Oh, can I have a vowel now?
Yeah, because you've got guess one right.
What did I guess right?
I didn't know that, Andy. I've been going with the consonants all the way through.
No, I've right. I said to you, if you get a letter right, yeah, then you get a chance to pick a consonant or a vowel.
This is definitely random shit of the week. I
can't wait for you to rewatch this, Russ, because you'll go, oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah, you're right.
Right, I'm going to do a vowel. I'm going to go A for A.
A. Yeah, it's the second to last letter of the second word.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Right.
Go on, Jim.
D.
D.
E.
E. No, you can't have a vowel. You have to guess a consonant first. If you guess right on a consonant, you then get a chance to either pick a vowel. Just it's not hard. Just pick a letter.
K.
K.
Yeah.
Yeah. First letter of the first word.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I've got it.
I've got it.
Am I guessing?
Right. Hang on. Well, it's still Jimmy's go. So yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, you go. Sorry?
Kenilworth Road.
Yeah.
Spot on, mate. Spot on.
Well done. Good that.
Right. So we'll do one more. We'll do one more.
Yeah, we'll do one more because everybody's bored watching it. I'm joking. They're not. What are the comments good? Because we can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Just a thumbs up, people, if you like it. If you don't, yeah, fair enough. We won't bring it back. And by the way, all these little game things, they're all trials. So if you like them, we'll bring them back later on. If you don't, then we'll scrap it. You know, we're not fully professional comedians. So, you know, we can only go with what we know, can't we? So anyway, next one is 2 words again. First word is 6 letters. Second word is 5 letters. And it's a current county player.
Okay.
Russ, you go first.
Right. I'm going to go for a current county player. I'm going to go for, I'm saying it really like I know. O.
No, you have to guess a consonant before you
God,
get
sorry. L, sorry.
Yeah, Jesus.
L.
Yes. It's the second letter of the second word, sorry. Second letter, second word.
Yeah. Got it.
I've got it.
You've got it already?
Yeah, I think so.
Has he not kicked the ball yet in county colours, Ross?
It's my guess, is it not?
Well,
Go on, yeah, it's your guess, yeah.
I think we both know who it is.
I think it's Joseph Olowu.
You're spot on. Now that's 1-1. Surely we've got to have a winner because that was so quick.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I'm quite proud of that, but Jimmy got it as well. So,
do you want ground or player?
Ooh.
I'll go ground.
Yeah,
I'll go ground. So, 2 words, both words, 4 letters.
Okay, Jimmy first, I think.
Yeah.
2 words.
L.
No.
P.
Ross? P. Oh, yeah. Second word, first letter.
Well, obvious, go A.
Yeah. Second word, second letter. Do you know it?
No.
Right, Jimmy, your go. No, Liam, that's not right.
S. I'll just.
No.
K.
You've said A, and you can't guess a vowel before you
said K.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Right. Yeah, that's on there. Second word, last letter.
Yeah. And I'll go for an O, please, Bob.
I know. Yeah, you've got it again. It's the first word, second letter.
Can I have a guess?
If you want to try, yeah.
Home Park, Plymouth.
Bottom, Plymouth. Well done. There we go. Well done, Ross. If we had like a transition, there'd be like banners and balloons and everything. Obviously, it's not real life Wheel of Fortune. You don't get £1,000 for each letter, and we certainly won't be reeling out a speedboat that you can share with your family, sort of thing. So, but just look at my sheet of like all the sort of crossing off the letters, and so a lot of work has gone into that. The other ones were Louis Spate. And the other one, which I was going to do instead of Home Park, but it would have gone on forever, was the Eco Power Stadium. But yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, like I say, everybody, these are just a little bit, like the title says, it's just random shit of the week. It's just a replace of getting the reses, which we think ran its course and what have you. So we may have this game again, we might not. It might not get good, whatever. But I've got one in the pipeline, which is brilliant, and it involves every single fan I meet along the way, and it's going to be brilliant.
Nice. And as well, while we're on this, if anybody's got any ideas of little games you want us to play, send them in. Let us know. Not in the comments here because it'll just get lost. But tell us at matches, email us, DM us, message us, all that kind of stuff. Definitely, because we want a big long list. The list is okay at the moment, but we want one that'll fill the season.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Fill the season. Yeah, definitely. Good stuff. That was good. That I enjoyed that. It was a bit chaotic at the start, but I think that's what we want, though, isn't it? Chaos, isn't it? That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what you want. But if you listen to the rules from the very beginning, then it probably wouldn't have been chaotic. So, I can't help if, your brain switches off whilst I'm explaining the rules. Do you know what? They're quite easy rules as well. I would hate to be there reading out the rules to something like Articulate or Trivial Pursuit when Russ is in the room, because that would be a long evening.
Mate, you want to see some of the games that we play in this house? Fucking Civilization and Castles. The rules just go on forever. They do, and I'm usually drinking when we play them as well, so it doesn't help.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Does that help anything really?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like the drinking is the solution and the problem creation of all world's issues, isn't it? Solution to and problem creation of all the problems.
I'm saying that, Russ. I'm not. Yeah. Well, it is. It is the the solving of all problems, isn't it? And I'm saying that like I'm teetotal. I'm so not.
If you are, you asked it Sunday afternoon, pal.
You are.
Yeah, if you are, you asked it Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know what you said, but carry on. I'm not going to ask you a third time.
It don't matter.
Yeah. Right. I think we'll call it a day there. We're on time. So, Jimmy, thanks for coming on. Cheers for telling us about Overpass. Really, really good. That really, really pleased that you're with us, and you're more than welcome to come on, as you know, whenever you want. So, yeah, good stuff.
Thank you. Pleasure.
But only when I say so.
Yeah, because you're the fan guest. You're the fan guest lead, aren't you?
Coordinator.
Coordinator. Yeah. Andy, cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Not even talked about Wickham, have we?
No, because Lauren will be doing that on the preview show later on in the week. So look out for that tomorrow. Lauren, our new preview show host. I've got to say, she's got preview set up for like most of them up until Christmas already, which is amazing. So you're going to get preview shows, you're going to get review shows with the lads, and you're going to get weekly shows with us as well, plus random shit of the week, which is just brilliant. So what more can you ask for? It's a podcast for county fans by county fans. Can I just say as well, thank you to all of our Patreon members. You make this show what it is. We've got over 125 now. Really, really good. Our numbers are going up on YouTube and on Acast and all these things. So we don't really say that a lot. We don't publish them, but they are. They're going up all the time. So that's really, really good. Thank you so much. The Patreon members, look out for those live events. There's one already in the diary, and there's more coming as well. So we've got Tony Dinning in the diary. A day after he visits the club with Brett Angel on the Thursday, we've got him live on the Friday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share on YouTube, rate and review on whatever podcast player you're listening to us on. And cheers, thank you. And remember, it's for county fans by county fans. So we'll see you next time. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
See you later. Bye.